Hello everyone, it's Artem here. In this video, we will continue building our AI-powered application with Next.js. As a reminder, where we finished last time. So we initialized a new application with Next.js. We added like a couple of words on the screen. So we have like a layout, explained how the routing works, and like how to initialize the app. So we connected it to GitHub, we deployed it to Vercel, we have the publicly accessible link, and we're basically ready to like start building the actual application. So if you haven't seen the video, please check it out if you like new to Next.js to understand how everything works. So for today, we will start building the actual application. I created a simple plan, and this video will be more like in a live mode. I will explain my thinking and what I'm doing and why I'm doing this. So we will initialize the Shadcn. I will also explain like why I choose the Shadcn, and I explain how I build and working with the features of the app, how I'm thinking about this, and also the routing. So what is needed to say here? So how I'm thinking about the features. I try to build the feature as fast as possible without like spending time on connecting any external resources like a database or something. So I build it. First, I think about the feature, plan it, then try to build it with the placeholder data, and then connect the database. Because I then found the connecting database and like just spending time on this boilerplate and manual stuff, really time consuming, and it just spend too much energy. So in our case, let's see the final result that we are trying to achieve. The teacher app here it's quite simple. The app is quite simple. We have like a tools generation and settings page, and for the tools, I think the tools section tools page is the main feature of the app. So we'll start from here, and let's think about this. So we have the tools, we have some heading like app header with the ability to change the tabs, and here like okay, this is definitely going to be like some data, and actually I'm thinking right now this is actually like a static stuff. So maybe we do not actually need an external database to save all this stuff. We will need it for the generation to save the content that user will generate and edit then. But all of this we can keep as a statically saved as a constant. So this is what we are going to do. And also, if I show you in code here how we will structure the routing and the folder structure, we'll have the app as we initialize the Next.js. So this is all where our routing is going to be. Then let's keep it like as an organization folder. As you remember, this folder with the brackets is not going to affect the routing. It's just for the organizational purposes. So let's just hold all our pages inside the dashboard. You can call it whatever you want. I will just call it dashboard. And then inside here we'll have like settings. Then let's create new folder, tools. Then also but make sure it's inside the dashboard, not inside the settings. So we have settings with the page, we have tools with the page as well. We will export just the full page for fast. Let's add the generation page here with the page.tsx. And also let's export the default component so we can see it. So I'm thinking like this. This is the organizational folder. The root page we will keep as a landing page. So what does it mean? We will add some marketing materials here. Let's just keep it like this. So we'll have the marketing page, and then /generations for the generation /settings/tools, and we will redirect to tools page as our home page. Like let's say this will be our main one. Let's check it out in the app. So we have like our marketing page. We will change the default layout. Right now we don't need this header and this footer, but just to check, we'll have like tools here. Okay, we have some problems. Why it's happening? So as you see, we have the same folder from the last lesson where we call the tools. So we cannot have this. So this is why we see the error here. If we delete the folder, then instead of like having the two parallel routes with the name tools, we'll have just the one. And now everything should be fine. Yeah, now it's working fine. Okay, we have the tools. We have the generations. Yeah, everything seems to be working fine. Then let's also think a little bit about the layout. How am I thinking about this? So first of all, the root layout, we don't need, from the last lesson, we discussed that we can keep the reusability if we want to share some UI elements across different pages. But if you think about layout, like all the pages will be nested inside the root layout. So we don't actually need to do something here, because like, do we need to have the footer, the app footer inside the marketing page? No, we'll have this marketing footer here. So let's just delete it here. Let's delete as well. Let's delete this main component as well. We don't need. Let's keep it as simple as possible. So flex column, and high screen, and the font. And then what we'll have here, we need some kind of layout. Why? Because let's think about this right here. Do we need to share this header like across different pages for the generation, for tools, for settings? Yeah, definitely. We need to share it. And do we need to like create 3 different header like for every page? I don't think so. Like, we can make it more efficient. It will just inside the dashboard, add a new file, layout.tsx, and inside here we will export. First of all, we will export the layout component. Container. Okay, we have some kind of dashboard layout. To check that it's actually working, let's say layout here and check what is going on. Okay, this is good. So now we sharing layout across 3 different pages. We have the layout here that it's not affecting our main page. Let's double check. We'll go to marketing. Yeah, marketing is just clean as clean as possible. You know what, before we continue, let's just clean some of the things that is there from the project initialization. Let's go to globals. You see this, the prefer color theme. You can keep it if you want to prefer the dark, but I will just clean it. I want to keep it like as clean as possible. Here we have some stuff. I don't think we need it, but let's keep this one, the text row balance. Okay, now it's good. Let's also think about the layout here. How I want it to be. Inside the layout, I want to have the layout with the header, the shared header with the different tabs, but also I want this children element to be inside some kind of the container. Why? Because if you see here, you see these paddings. And I want it to be same across all the pages. I want to have the same spacing on top, same spacing on bottom and on right, just to keep it consistent and nicely looking. I have this small thing that I have, these classes. Also, you can find it. I will delete all this kind of prepared code that I prepared for this, just to save some time. And you will find the code in them by the link for the GitHub repo. But for now, just copy these classes, and I will explain what is doing. So first of all, inside the root, let's create a components folder, and let's here create the app container, and let's just copy this. Oh, but call it .tsx. So what we're trying to achieve here is make a wrapper around the content of the page. Basically, it will wrap all the children that will pass to our dashboard, and then we'll go to the layout. We will app, just import it like this. Yeah, this is good. What we have now, let's check it out. Yeah, you see, it's nicely spaced. So basically all the content will go here, and you see we basically prepared, like, we don't need to spend time on every page to repeat the process of adding paddings, margins and stuff. You just do it one time inside the container. You just add some reusability. So let's just explain what I'm doing here. MX auto to keep it centered, padding on bottom, margin on top, with full width, and then some max width just to on the larger screens to keep it on centered. Here we added the padding bottom. Here we added the horizontal padding, and changing it based on the screen sizes. Flex column, and gap spacing. So it's just as simple as it is. Next, let's work on that component that will act as our navigation component and quick access for the help, for the settings of the user, also displaying the app logo and all the stuff. So basically this. Where we're going to put it inside the layout, like above our content of the app, the thing that will be shown on every page. And I will also explain the app config. So I also prepared some code for this just to save some time. You can find it again in our GitHub repo. But here you see some errors that we're going to fix together right now. I will copy it and we'll start discussing all of this. So I copied this code. I will put it inside the app header. .tsx. We'll copy it. We see some problems here, but we'll be discussing everything. And let's delete the one that I created before the lesson. First of all, what is the SVG logo? It's just a logo file that I copied, saved as a SVG instead of just like adding this kind of big chunk of code. And we save it as well here. And I will move it right now inside our components. So it's here. This is our header section. Let's just fix it quickly here. Again, it's quite simple. It's just the sticky section with the border, with the background, and with the like some logos, the upgrade button with the styling, a link with the button with the avatar, and then with the actual routing. So how I like it to do, as you see, like we have the config here, where we access the routes from the config and accessing the href as a route. Let's discuss the app config here. So I tend to create a config TS file on the root of my project where I will export config. I see after completion already like help me with this. So what is this? Like what is the actual config? We will extend the config with the information that we need. Let's say we will add a payment plan here. We will add a like default token amount here. We will add some static data that we need that's related to the application. Maybe some like admin mails that we'll use, like email addresses that we'll use for the like mail to domains and other. For now, we just need the routing tools page. We'll have then the generation page, but here let's clean it a little bit. And here we'll have the settings page. Nice. Then we'll go back to the header and let's import. And here what we're doing, we just taking the object, the entries, we are mapping it using the key and root. And then we are doing the href to navigate between routes. Next, you see, like I worked on some of the active state here. We have this path name. What is the path name? It's like this Next.js feature that lets you access the current path name of the page. This is basically the hook that allows you to access the path name, like where the user at. This is helpful if you want to show some active state. So you see, so for all the routes that start with them, let's say with the tools, the active state will be shown on the tools button. I will show you in a second when we will show it in the real app. Also here you see this like the line up below the button to show the active state of the button of the current route. And then we will also display the tokens here. So we fix all the errors. We export the app header. Let's go to our layout. And instead of using the layout here, let's just delete it and add the app header and also import it from here. Okay, this is good. Let's see what we have. You see, so we have the error that is the current that needs use path name. And this is important thing to mention is when you have the component that needs some hooks or some allow user actions, let's say button clicks, states, let's say like anything related to the hooks, you always need to convert this component to the client one by the use client directive. So on top, you use the use client to convert this component to basically not convert, but to mark this component as a client. This allows you to use the hooks without any problems. And also we have one more error. Is missing the required read property. Let's fix it fast. Let's do it like this. Okay, and we also needed to add DC. We need to allow this domain as the image. We go to our next config. This is the default file created. And we will remote patterns. You see, images remote patterns, and here we will save this. So we allow this API. I just use API for default placeholders. This is working good. Let's check our, yeah, this is also fine. You see, we clicking around, we show in the active state, and everything is working quite good. Let's just quick fix this. I don't know why, but it's not working with the image component from Next. It's only working with the default image. So I just changed it from image from Next to the regular image, and it's like displaying correctly and everything fine. So yeah, we have like this. Our routing works fine. Again, right here, so you understand. So we added the config file where we defined our routes. So it's easier to manage and just maintain it. If you want to add something else, we'll just add the additional route here and display it. Then inside our app header, basically our like a navigation, we are taking this object entries from the config.route, because we're storing this as an object, and then mapping. And then based on the active state that allow us, by using the path name that we imported from Next, we can first of all navigate between routes, because we're using the linked element anchor tag. And then by using the path name and checking if it starts with the root name that we saved from in the config, we are accessing the active state, and also showing this nice bottom line here, you see here, and some transform styles for the animation purposes. And here we show displaying the tokens. Now we're displaying it statically. Okay, so what we have, we created this nice header that's shared across different pages. Also, we added the container for the app that's allow us to have the same spacing around kind of the content of the app, which keep the app consistent and nicely looking. And basically, like, we lay down the foundation of what we're going to build. So next, we'll build the tools cards, and the tool section in the next video. But before we end this video, let's initialize our UI library that we use for the styling and for the elements. And I will show you how to do this. So let's go to Shadcn. Let's go to next. Let's initialize new Shadcn. So here it's asking for which type, like default or New York. I like New York better. It's just a cleaner one. Let's pick the cleaner. Then it's asking for like Tailwind gray palette that we're going to use. Like, I like the slate one, and let's keep it slate, like a bluish gray color. And then it's asking for the Tailwind variables. Let's say yes for this. It will create some Tailwind variables that we'll use across all the components. So basically, it's creating all the stuff we need. The component JSON with the settings that we choose. Also, it's modified our globals with all this. Let's close this. All these variables that we defined. It's in the HSL colors. And basically, inside, if we go now to Tailwind config, you will see it's also modified the theme to extend. So now we can, whatever we want, we can access this accent default, accent foreground. Okay, we kind of ready with the Shadcn. Let's just check quickly. Let's go to the tools. Let's go here. Let's add the components. We initialize, but now we need to add some stuff. So it's nice if you do it like npx Shadcn at latest add. It will ask you to choose, so you can add multiple components. And now with the spacebar, you just go and select what you want to add. For now, let's add. Yeah, let's select the tooltip. Let's select the alert, the button, the card, and drop down. I think this is it for now. And we click the enter to basically install all of this. So we install some of the components, and let's check how it's all structured. So it's found our components folder, and it's created a UI folder inside, and all the UI components from the Shadcn will be stored here. And we have our button, and let's also import it, and I will show you how it looks. So we can import the button. So it's nicely looking button here. And we can also change variants and other. So it's quite nice. Okay, this is it for this video. So what we done, let's summarize. So we created basically the layout of the app we added this header component with the navigation tabs. Also, we added the container for the application content with the nice spacing. We initialized Shadcn and added a couple of components, and I explained how it all works. And also we discussed how we plan to do our routing. So we created an organizational folder for the which called dashboard. That's not going to affect the routing. We added all the app routes inside, and then we added we keep the route layout clean, and we have the route page, which is going to be a marketing page where we add like a landing page a little bit later. So this is it. Next video we will focus on building the tools feature. We'll build the tools feature. We'll add some cards, think about the AI generation, and continue from here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.